The next time you hold a bottle of sparkling water in your hand, try taking a closer look at this tiny line of text. Naturally carbonated mineral water. Most of the time, we simply twist off the cap and drink without giving it a single thought. But did you know that in Europe, these glittering bubbles once carried a promise so powerful that people built entire magnificent cities for one purpose alone: drinking water? Did this fizzy water ever truly save all of Europe from disease, as the stories claimed? Or are we simply tasting an ancient belief, one that somehow survived all the way to the modern dining table? Welcome to Everyday Things Explained. Today, let us decode the centuries-old mystery trapped inside your bottle of water. It did not save all of Europe. The simple answer is, there is no evidence that sparkling water ever saved all of Europe from epidemics. Waterborne diseases, such as cholera.ba, were brought under control through clean water systems, sanitation, and medical infrastructure. Bubbles are not a biological shield. But here is the fascinating part. Long before modern tap water became safe, Europeans already viewed natural mineral springs as something extraordinarily special. They were cleaner, more precious, and sometimes believed to possess healing powers. Cities built around a sip of water. From the early 18th century to the 1930s, Europe developed an entire culture of luxury around mineral springs. People traveled great distances to drink the water on a schedule, to stroll through magnificent halls, to stay in luxury hotels, and meet one another in casinos. A single sip of water became the reason an entire city kept running. Today, UNESCO has recognized 11 spa towns across 7 European countries because they preserve the record of that era, when mineral water stood at the crossroads of medicine, leisure, architecture, and social status. Today, we walk into a cafe because of the smell of coffee. 200 years ago, wealthy Europeans crossed national borders simply for water flowing from beneath the earth. When a scientist tried to copy the earth. But mineral springs came with one inconvenience. You had to travel all the way there to drink from them. In the late 18th century, scientist Joseph Priestley discovered how to introduce carbon dioxide into water, creating artificial sparkling water. What is striking is that he did not begin with the desire to create an enjoyable soft drink. He was trying to recreate the sensation of naturally effervescent mineral springs, already trusted by society. From that moment on, an experience once tied to one specific spring could begin, to be copied, bottled, and transported. 3 bottles. 3 different origins. That process leads to a secret. Not every bottle of sparkling water is the same. According to the classification of the European Union T.1, one type of mineral water retains exactly the amount of natural carbon dioxide found at its source. Another type is supplemented with additional gas taken from that very same spring. And another type is infused with carbon dioxide from an outside source. In other words, bubbles do not merely create a sensation on the tongue. They are information about the product's origin and the way it was made. A tiny line on the label can tell you whether you are drinking something original from beneath the earth, or something that has been adjusted during the bottling process. Bubbles are not merely an effect. They are origin written into law. Why does this habit still survive? Of course, not everyone in Europe chooses sparkling water, and the habit is often stronger in certain countries, restaurants, or families. But what is remarkable is that it still survives even in an age when tap water is increasingly tightly regulated. The European Union is even encouraging restaurants to provide tap water in order to reduce plastic bottle waste. So why does a bottle of sparkling water still keep appearing on the table? Because it is not merely selling water, it is selling mineral taste, effervescence, dining ritual, and the belief that one particular water source is worth choosing. The bottle returns to the table. The next time you see a bottle of sparkling water on a European dining table, look closely at its label. You are not merely seeing water and bubbles, but traces of mineral springs, laboratories, labeling laws, and a habit stretching across centuries. And where does that empty plastic bottle go after the meal? That is another story. Thank you for watching Everyday Things Explained. See you in the next episode.